When waiting ends, movement is inevitable. The sky watches the land, and the land speaks in signs. Not every hunter strikes. Some simply wait.
The hunt is not finished at impact. It ends only when control returns.
When gravity becomes an ally, speed decides everything. From above, nothing moves unnoticed. This lion does not rule by force, but by patience. Some hunters exist between moments. After dark, a different journey begins. Above the land, survival is shaped by height. Some paths are not meant to be seen, only followed. In the corridor, danger is felt before it is seen. Between every world, there are paths that connect them. As the light fades, opportunity returns. As night approaches, the plains prepare. When distance fades, instinct remains. These paths carry memory, passed from one generation to the next. By night, the paths remate, but the rules evolve. Before dawn, the path prepares for those yet to come. When the signal passes, the path opens again. Some paths are governed not by force, but by understanding. On the open plains, survival is decided by distance. On the plains, survival belongs to those who manage distance. Here, patience is the sharpest weapon. On the plains, every encounter rewrites the equation. When the heat rises, endurance becomes the true test. As the heat releases its hold, the plains begin to move again. At night, the plains surrender to darkness. Survival is not forgetting. It is remembering. The river is not a threat. It is a regulator. At night, the river belongs to more than one hunter. After the strike, the river leaves no trace. They do not see the danger, they feel it. Beneath the surface, something with weight moves unseen. This river has its own guardian. In these waters, the surface tells only half the story. As night approaches, safety is found in togetherness. Here, even disruption becomes part of the rhythm. As evening approaches, predators choose position now, not speed. Even beneath the surface, the river never rests. In the wild, survival often means choosing a different path. In these quiet moments, survival feels like connection. When giants drink, the land rearranges itself playground, without conflict. At the river's edge, life arranges itself. Long before others arrive, the elephants already know the way. The river does not wander, it shows the way. Where water moves, life responds. As light returns, the sky is the first to move. In a moving world, the river's deadliest hunter waits without moving. When darkness falls, the river continues Andean, carrying life forward. Above the river, the sky finds its own current. Beneath the river's calm surface lives one of Africa's greatest forces. The laugh you hear is not madness either. It is communication. When daylight returns, the strategists step aside brain until night calls again. Even kings must respect numbers and the minds behind them. In the dark, the hyena does not wander, it operates. At the edge of the river, patience becomes the deadliest weapon. For the leopard, success is measured in moments, not strength. Above it all, the sky carries messages the land cannot. When daylight fades, another king takes control. In the dark, the leopard moves where no one else dares. Sometimes, balance is held simply by being there. By remembering where to walk, elephants shape where life can grow. Not all power moves. Some power holds. In sound and memory, intelligence takes flight. From this height, nothing moves unseen. In the wild, true strength often speeds through restraint. Not all strength needs to be seen to be felt. As the sun sets, the horizon remains guarded. Here, survival depends not on speed, but on knowing when to stay still. Above the savanna, some lives are shaped by distance turning and the view beyond. By shaping the land, elephants shape life itself. By walking the way together, memory moves to the next generation. Long before maps, the night itself became a guide. Here, power recognizes power, and distance keeps the peace. Guided by memory, they arrive just in time. At first light, water is shared rapport, and trust is renewed. In the heat of day, rest becomes survival. Across the plains, the sound carries a promise. Relief is on its way. When the first drops fall, the land lets go. Across the savanna, memory walks on 4 feet. As the land dries once more, the lion returns to his timeless rhythm. As the grass thins, journeys grow longer, and instinct charts the way. Guided by memory older than maps, the herds begin to move. With the rains come beginnings, delicate lives shaped by patience and protection. When the rains return, the smallest voices announce a land reborn. As the heat loosens its grip, the land begins to move once more. With the first rain, the land remembers how to live again. And so the night settles in, completing a cycle that will begin again with the rising sun. In the heat of the day, dust becomes protection count, a simple solution shaped by time. The sun moves, and with it, every life adjusts, guided by patience and memory. When the sun is strongest, even the sky's creatures learn to rest. Sometimes survival means knowing when not to move, and when to listen. With darkness, new voices rise tribe, guiding the night. When rain returns, every life pauses, not in fear, but in recognition. Rain changes the land, but not the lion's place within it. With water comes change, and fleeing, the land remembers how to grow. For the giants of the land, rain is not a challenge, Gagab. It is celebration. Together, they move through any storm. Inku, strength multiplied by unity. When the land gives freely, movement returns, measured, shared, and sustained. This is not a collection of animals, Chloe. It is a living system, moving as one. When water grows distant, memory becomes the map. When the rains do not return, the land reveals its hardest lesson. And with the morning light, the story begins once more. In the driest times, memory and intelligence reveal what the land hides. When the land offers less, height and patience carry life forward. Seen within the vast landscape, the lion is both individual and part of something larger. From the smallest movement to the largest presence, every layer of life remains connected. As the day warms, movement slows, and rest becomes part of survival. As the day ends, the rhythm of the savanna continues claimed, unchanged, enduring. As afternoon fades, the savanna begins to prepare once more for change. Up close, every detail reflects experience shaped by the land. In the quiet of night, stillness becomes the lion's greatest strength. Before the sun rises, the savanna slowly stirs back to life. With the return of daylight, the cycle begins again. As the morning progresses, activity increases, guided by routine rather than urgency. Across this landscape, the lion remains a constant point of reference. A small change in position can signal awareness without urgency. After drinking, herds move on, while the lion continues to observe without pursuit. Where open plains meet forest, different species find space within the same system. He does not move, yet life around him adjusts. Among all this movement, one presence shapes the land around it, and Chauvel, the lion. Movement across the plains is constant, shaped by awareness of the land's dominant presence. Water draws life together, while predators often observe from a distance. Even when unseen, the presence of a dominant predator shapes how the land is used. After the effort, calm returns once more. With the rising sun, the cycle continues. Before the sunrise, the land awakens once more. Success is shared, but so is failure. The prey reacts. Instinct takes over. In the final moments, patience is everything. Awareness is the first step of the hunt. Without a sound, they take their positions. As the day cools, activity returns. Even the strongest must pause. In the heat of day, energy is conserved. Every step leaves a mark. Even at rest, strength remains. In a land this vast, survival depends on unity. This is not just a kingdom of power, but of balance, family, and survival. Together, the pride moves forward into another day. As the sun sets, the pride stands as one. Every scar tells a story. In this land of open plains, life moves on. As night falls, the pride rests. With every sunrise, the story begins again. The hunt begins with patience. What looks like play is preparation. The lion, calm now, but always alert. On the vast plains of Africa, a new day begins. Hidden within the grass, new life begins. This is not just a predator, this is a family. Hidden within the grass, a new generation begins its journey. On the vast plains of Africa, where the sun rises over endless grasslands, lives one of nature's most powerful. When rivals meet, conflict is inevitable. This roar marks his kingdom. The battle ends, and dominance remains. By scent alone, his boundaries are known. Before they hunt, they learn by watching. After the effort, rest restores their strength. Here, survival begins with care. As darkness falls, the savanna changes. In silence, the pride endures. With the first light, a new day begins. Together they move on. Here, strength is seen, not announced. This adult male lion shows the physical signs of experience gained over years in the wild. A lion pride consists of several individuals that remain in close proximity for protection and cooperation. The group moves steadily, maintaining spacing and direction across open terrain. Periodic pauses allow the group to assess their surroundings before continuing. As night arrives, activity slows and the savanna enters a quieter rhythm. Large herds move as one, while predators observe from a distance. Beyond the large herds, smaller species play an equally important role in the balance of the land. Small movements mark the beginning of a new day. Even without being seen, a dominant presence can shape how others behave. Now revealed, the lion stands as a quiet reference point in a waking landscape. From the ground, the lion appears still, even as the world behind him continues to move. Movement and stillness exist side by side, each shaping the rhythm of the land. Beyond the large herds, smaller lives move quietly, shaped by the same landscape. When seen together, every species becomes part of a single, connected system. At the heart of this landscape, the lion remains a steady and watchful presence. Even without movement, the lion's presence shapes how the land responds. In the heart of Africa's mountain forests, a kingdom rises above the land. Carved into stone, a cave stands as the center of this powerful territory. From the shelter of stone, the ruler of this mountain forest begins his day. Where water gathers, life follows, shaping the daily rhythm of the forest. From above, the lion watches in silence, guarding the balance of his domain. Moments of calm define life here, even when unseen forces are close. For a predator, knowing when not to act can be as important as the hunt itself. When the lion moves, every step is measured, guided by instinct and experience. Beyond strength and territory, the lion's role is also one of protection and care. As the day settles, life continues in quiet balance across the mountain forest. Under moonlight, the lion stands as a silent guardian of the mountain forest. As the sun rises, the mountain forest comes alive once more, guided by balance, water, in the heat of the day, the rhythm of life slows, shaped by temperature and time. In the morning light, the lion stands unchanged, while life continues around him. With the return of sunlight, the mountain forest finds its balance once again.
Elephants move as families, guided by memory,
protection, and deep social bonds. At dawn, the African forest awakens Bondmian, a world where every life moves as part of something greater. High above the ground, giraffes live in a world shaped by height, patience, and quiet observation. Rare and unmistakable, the white lion carries the quiet mystery of the African plains. In silence, the tiger moves tangents, a master of patience and perfect control. In this forest, no life exists alone. Every movement is part of a greater design. Above the forest, color takes flight, carrying the voices of the mountains. Where water gathers, life meets in quiet harmony, reflected in every ripple. Even the largest animals begin life with play and toying, learning the world through joy and trust. Small in size, yet vital to survival training. Its voice warns the forest long before danger arrives. As the day begins to close, the forest returns once more to water dams, the center of life. Here, authority is quiet. The lion does not need to act. His presence is enough. A single call is enough. In this forest, awareness travels faster than fear. When night arrives, the forest breathes as one, every life resting within the same silent rhythm. Even in shadow, the tiger moves with purpose, unseen by many, yet essential to the balance. Rare and unmistakable, the white lion stands apart, not by force, but by presence. Within the herd, communication is constant, shared through glances, movement, and trust. Not every moment calls for action. Often, balance is maintained by knowing when to remain still. Here, movement is shared. Each step responds to the other, shaping order without command. As the light warms and shadows grow, the forest begins to slow, guided by the coming evening.
As evening arrives, families draw closer, safety found in togetherness.
As daylight fades, the balance shifts, not toward chaos, but toward readiness. At night, the forest does not sleep, it listens. Before the sun returns, the forest stirs, staying, ready to begin the cycle once more. As the sun rises, the land lives again, and the cycle continues, unchanged. With the first light, life stirs, and the land begins to move. He does not announce himself. His presence is enough. Within the herd, every step is guided by memory, and every calf is protected by family. Here, survival is shared. Stripes confuse, speed escapes, but together they endure. From above, giraffes see what others cannot. Distance, danger, and the quiet rhythm of the land. Alone, they are vulnerable. Together, they are unmovable. Older than many who share this land, the rhinoceros moves with the patience of time itself. In the same land, survival follows different paths. Some wait, others run. Often misunderstood, hyenas keep the land clean, recycling life back into the system. Beneath the water's surface, strength rests nonchalant, patient, aware, and firmly rooted to this river. Not every survivor is large or fast. Some endure by knowing the land better than anyone else. Here, survival is shared. Alone they are vulnerable. Together, they are precise. Strength here is measured not by force but by care. Here, intelligence is not taught but owed. It is observed, remembered, and passed on. In their society, every movement carries meaning guarded, order maintained through constant communication. Long before the river had a name, this presence was already here. Not all defenses rely on strength. Some survive through awareness, design, and intelligence. In a land of open plains and deep forests, survival takes many forms. Some are seen, others remain hidden. These snakes do not seek conflict or daring. Their warning is an invitation to keep distance. Flight is not the only way to survive. On this land, speed begins at the ground. In a world of speed, survival sometimes belongs to those who move with time itself. For the python, power is not speed, that's not doubt. It is patience. In this land, survival belongs to those who adapt, pruned, whether by movement or disguise. Among the trees, intelligence takes flight, listening, learning, remembering. Here, balance is not stillness. It is harmony in motion. From above, the world reveals its patterns. Nothing escapes a watchful eye. As daylight fades, new guardians take their place. In darkness, the lion does not hunt with haste pensée. He listens, and the land responds. When darkness falls, the smallest lives give the forest its voice. When the land cools, heat guides movement, quiet, precise, and unseen. Even in darkness, memory guides them, and family keeps them safe. Before the sun returns, the land exhales, ready to begin once more. When night arrives, the forest does not sleep. It listens. With the sun's return, every life takes its place, and the living system moves forward together. In daylight, the lion rules not by force, but by familiarity with every step of his land. Where water gathers, life slows, and every journey finds its pause. Beneath every great movement, countless small lives hold the system together. Above the ground and beside the water, life builds, feeds, and moves, each layer supporting the next. From above the plains, distance becomes clarity, and height becomes protection. In the heat of day, power rests, saving itself for the hours that matter. Here, survival is not individual. It is shared, step by step. At the height of the sun, even the land learns to slow down. No Cecil stands still, and that, Abundance slowly reshapes the journey. In the fiercest heat, survival belongs to those who know when to wait. Where water touches the land, life responds without delay. Across generations, the path to water is never forgotten. Survival is written in memory, learned once, remembered forever. She leads not by strength, but by memory. When rain returns, joy is remembered as clearly as the path to water. Here, knowledge is not taught, the Thungyuan. It is observed, practiced, and remembered. When darkness falls, memory lights the way. As the heat rises, survival slows to a pause. In silence and touch, the herd stays whole. When night returns, memory lead, as it always has. As daylight fades, the herd prepares to move once more. Too deep for human ears, their voices cross the savanna, carrying memory and meaning. Some journeys do not end a saccade. They are remembered. For the giraffe, height is more than reach breathed. It is time to react. From this height, danger is seen early, and the savanna listens. When the heat peaks, stillness becomes the safest choice. By watching the horizon, the young learn how to survive within it. Even in darkness, the tallest still see first. When the sun returns, the horizon is already watched. Layer by layer, the rhino carries an armor shaped by survival itself. For the rhino, survival is built on patience and routine. The land remembers where the rhino has passed beforehand, and the rhino remembers the land. When night falls, the last armor moves quietly through the dark. Some strength does not fade with time, it remains. Before the land moves, the sky speaks. In these waters, color is not decoration. The coat, it is survival. Where water gathers, the voices of the sky come together.
When daylight fades, the sky does not sleep. It watches.
When the sun returns, the sky finds its voice again. Where water moves, life gathers allied, and the system holds. As night falls, the system resets browning, ready to begin again. By seeing far, the giraffe gives others time. To survive here, the leopard does not hide. It becomes the forest. In the wild, the smartest victory is the one that never happens. When the sun rises, the Shadow King fades, unseen, undefeated. Before the river flowed, this hunter was already waiting. Layer by layer, this armor has survived ages the river has forgotten. Some boundaries are older than conflict occasioned, and far more powerful. As the light fades, the river sleeps, and the hunter waits. Before muscle is used, the mind decides. Together, they do not chase or respect, they guide. Across Africa, life does not stand still, it flows. For elephants, water is not found benevolent, it is remembered. Here, generations meet the same water formula and remember why it matters. Sometimes, danger isn't seen alone, it's sensed. Here, the lion does not hunt, glowing. He defines the space. At midday, survival means slowing down. As the heat fades, life begins to move again. When night arrives, the river does not sleep, and the coiling, it listens. Even in darkness, order finds a way. Not every opportunity is taken. Survival also means waiting. Just before the light returns, Africa holds its breath. After movement passes, the land returns to itself. With the first light, the cycle prepares to begin again. And with sunrise, the river gives life again. With daylight, the rhythm of life returns. Here, even the lion is only one part of something larger. Up close, true power needs no movement. From above, it becomes clear. Nothing here stands alone. In their eyes lives a memory older than the river itself. Those who live nearby speak of a forest that watches back. There are parts of Africa that do not appear on any map. In motion, perfection demands absolute focus. This predator does not chase. It waits. Some movements do not belong to any known species. Inside this forest, the rules of survival begin to change. This hunter does not react to movement, it predicts it. Some predators do not hide in shadow, they hide in light. This predator no longer belongs to the water alone. This giant does not see the forest. It feels it. At night, the forest belongs to those we rarely see. Some secrets are protected for a reason. Are these creatures myths or evolution still at work? With morning, the forest hides what the night revealed. In this forest, even the path has a will of its own. Beyond the known forest lies a deeper zone, where even nature behaves differently. Africa remains vast, unexplored, and alive. Here, communication does not require sound. Not everything that watches is a hunter. Here, the forest is not just alive, it is aware. When disturbed, the forest does not attack brachyury, it protects. When the forest commands stillness, everything obeys. This hunter predicts, not reacts. Even the strongest predators know when to leave. Some places are not meant to be entered, only respected. The forest has marked its boundary. When danger passes, life returns, carefully. When the water releases its hold, the land resumes its rule. The battle is over. The territory is secure, and the pride is reunited. When rivals enter another lion's territory, there is no warning, only confrontation. As night falls over the savannah, the pride rests. Tomorrow, the struggle will begin again. On the plains, even a shadow can decide survival. In the sky, power comes from understanding the wind. In the world of lions, success depends on cooperation. No single hunter is strong enough alone. Together, they become unstoppable. To the untrained eye, this looks like play, but every move, every stumble is a lesson for survival. This is not just a display of strength, it is a warning, a declaration of ownership. This land belongs to him. Speed and teamwork decide the outcome. When strangers cross the boundary, tension rises. The pride regathers, calm returns. This is the life of the lion. He does not rush. This land already knows him. As the heat fades, preparation begins once more. In a heartbeat, the chase begins. Sometimes, a single move changes everything. Not every hunt ends in success. Here, every moment leaves a trace. From high above the savannah, life reveals itself as a connected world. After assessing the area, the group continues its movement across the savannah. From above, every species shares the same land, each moving to its own rhythm. When the lion changes position, the landscape responds with quiet awareness.
Seen from above, the lion is not separate from the land. He is part of a larger living system.
As daylight fades, the savannah adjusts once more, preparing for night. Within this vast system, the lion remains a central reference point. Before the day begins, the savannah holds its breath. With the first light, the mountain forest prepares to begin its cycle once more. As the sun lowers, the forest shifts, preparing for the quiet power of night. As the heat fades, the forest slowly prepares for movement once again. 13 transcription. As daylight fades, the lion remains steady, watchful, and unchanged. As evening approaches, the lion moves through his territory, surveying the land below. As night deepens, the forest rests under moonlight, watched over by its quiet guardian. Before the sun rises, the mountain forest prepares to begin its story once more. Every morning, the forest begins again calm, not with noise, but with breath. Led by memory, elephants walk paths shaped by generations before them. With every step, giraffes move through the morning like living silhouettes against the rising sun. In the dark, vision sharpens crude, and the forest speaks without sound. Before the sun rises, Africa awakens, not with sound, but with breath. Across the plains, the giants begin their journey, guided by memory older than the land itself. Within the shelter of stone, the cycle of the mountain forest comes to rest. When food is plenty, patience becomes the sharpest skill. When the wind rises, the land itself begins to move. Before the sun rises, Africa breathes.